We really appreciate the invitation extended by the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Service Industries to participate in the launch of the Doing Business with the World Series. When we received the visit of President of the TTS CSI and his work team to explain the idea of organizing these seminars with the service sector of Trinidad and Tobago, we thought it was an excellent opportunity to work on strengthening the links between Cuban and Trinidadian services company. In recent years, I would like to share this, we have maintained fluid exchange, not recent, but during the time I have been in the embassy, with similars or partners organizations of the TTCSI as TTMA, Chambers, Trade of Industry, Export-TT, and several entities. But, however, we had not previously had a direct approach between companies dedicated to services. So this is an added value that we immediately found in this approach. The participation of services in the global economy, as has been explained before, is greater every day. And Cuba, for example, also has a participation of the tertiary sector in the GDP of more than 73%. The tourist industry, as in many of our Caribbean industry, has become one of the main drivers of the economy. By the way, we are in this moment trying to recover after the pandemic situation. We aspire to reach the goal of 3.5 million tourists at the end of 2023. Although it's an increase compared with last year, it's still below of 2019. On the other hand, the recovery of tourism itself and the economic spillover that this sector contributes to other spheres of production and services is also made possible by development of other sectors. I would like to mention also the biotechnological industry. Without the decisive contribution of our scientists, researchers, who were able to create not just one, but 3 vaccines against COVID-19 in a year, that also made possible to create a safer environment and to help and to contribute decisively to the recovery of tourism industry. In this context of facing common challenges, our governments, the one that we are representing here, contribute with initiatives such as the one launched by the TCSI to support and stimulate the relation of our business network with similar companies in Trinidad and Tobago. It is time to delete those myths that raised, I used to hear or to listen to that theories about the supposed lack of complementarity of our economies, like an obstacle to tip the integration process between our countries. So it's the moment to permanently seek mutually beneficial business opportunities that strengthen development and that contributes to overcome external obstacles, whether derived from economic turbulences, unilateral coercive sanctions, pandemics, political tensions, you name it. So this is the importance of these initiatives, that we can strengthen all these relations. We had the pleasant experience of carrying out the first webinar in this framework with ProCuba Export Promotion Agency, made a general presentation of the Cuban economy and service sector. I was invited to share the experience of our seminar. We made a general presentation of the Cuban economy and service sector, and later we focused, or they focused, on the sector of professional construction and infrastructure services. Construction and engineering service were exposed, including project design, specialized construction assembly services, as well as engineering services for control and distribution of water resource, among others. This sector is supported by more than 20,000 professionals and technicians of all specialties of the construction sector with high technical preparation. The webinar that we celebrated at the beginning of the month of May had the participation of about 50 companies, entities, general participants, and I can assure you that from it, specific interests were generated among the participants that led to direct contacts between Trinidadian and Cuban companies. It's a fact. So we can say with complete certainty that it has been an experience with concrete results for both countries. In this context, we plan to carry out, is FISPA finally concreted. I think we have been invited to have another webinar with the biotechnological sector that also will be included, where integration of biotechnological, pharmaceutical industries in a closed cycle of science, production, and commercialization will be exposed. BioCuba Pharma conglomerate that constantly generates new and effective medicines, including those to improve treatment of chronic and non-communicable disease with increasing impact, such as cancer, diabetes. So it's very related with the Cuban medical services, offering innovative treatments in Cuba, which in the results of the biotechnological industry are also inextricably linked to these services. Dear sirs and ladies and gentlemen, part of our limitations in a deeper integration process is the misinformation and the lack of knowledge of each other. The mechanism, how to reach the how to get there. Sometimes that barrier is a very important obstacle. So the integration of our economies must also go through this greater information approach and this identification of opportunities. The TTCSI initiative certainly offers an important contribution to that goal. Thank you very much to the TTCSI for the proposal and for making it possible. Thank you very much.